There you go. So I got this capture card so that I could plug it into my camcorder so I could like take you around and show you the shop and all that. But and it worked last night, and then I plugged in today, and it's not giving me any output. It's basically like mirroring my screen. Um, it's some Chinese thing. I'm sure they probably just like hijacked all the information on the computer. But whatever. So I spent the last hour messing with that, trying to get that to work, and it didn't work. So I'm over it, and I just want to get some woodworking done this evening. So I'm gonna abandon that for now, work on it later, and start working on these drawing or this bed frame. Let's see. I'm going to set you up over here. And where I am now is I've built the things that are the side, like basically the frame of the frame. But it basically has rails that go around along the top and the bottom, and then vertical bracing that's going to hold it up. Now I need to make the horizontal pieces that are going to hold these frame pieces, the right distance apart, and it's also going to be the rail that the rollers are going to ride on for the floors. Basically, what I'm going to do is just take a bunch of 3/4 plywood, kind of like this. I get two pieces, one piece like this, and the other piece like that, and then I'll screw them together to make like a T. And then the rail, I'll route out a guide along the flat side, and the T shape will get some springs. So got my pile of wood over here, and I'm probably going to spend the next little bit of time digging out a sheet of plywood that I can put up. I'm going to use that to cut this piece of plywood. And I'm going to want to do it somewhere so it's not going to cut my table workbench. We got two choices. I can figure out, let me see how long I'm going to. So 35 3/4 is right about here. I'm going to scribe a couple lines, well, same line, scribe it a couple of times so it gets in deep. And I'm going to do the same thing over on that side. There. So measure out 35 3/4. I'm going to set my scribe on here. Scribe that one twice. Measure. So that's like right. 35 3/4. 35 3/4. And I'll go to the other side and make sure of it. Now, I'm going to set this jig up. Basically, this is just a piece of 3/4 plywood. I took another piece of wood that was just, I don't know what this is like. It's not a 2 by. It's not a 1 by either. Maybe it's a 1 by that I ripped down. So you get one edge flat by running it through the table saw, and then screw it down onto the plywood, and then you take your circular saw. And you run it down the edge of it, and basically it'll cut the edge of the plywood so that that's your edge that you're going to cut on. And so it gives you something straight to like push against, give you a straight cut with the circular saw. It's basically a cheap man's track saw, or the poor man's track saw. Now, one thing to remember is that you are going to cut on this side, so that's going to take out the width of the saw blade. So we want to set this up so that it's covering the measured side, right? So we measure the 35 3/4 from this end, so we want to preserve that. So when we're going to line this up with that line. When our saw blade comes through, it's going to take out the kerf of the blade on the waist side. I'm just going to use a couple of clamps to hold that down. I like to set these clamps with the handle down, just to keep it out of the way of the circular saw when I'm running through. Alright, that looks good. So we got that jig set. The next thing, so when I run this table saw over, or this circular saw over it, I don't want to cut into my workbench that's underneath. So let me see if I have enough space on this thing if I put it out. Now, when we go to cut this, there's nothing supporting it on this end, so it's going to want to fall over. It's going to want to, break off on the end. So I'm going to grab a couple of support stands and set those up to give it a little bit of support on this side as it gets cut. These stands are pretty simple. They've got a little latch so they open up. And they have an adjustable height. So right now I have it set for the table. So doing the same thing, just measuring 35 3/4. I'm gonna have to make the same cut. Over here. Five and 3/4. Alright. Now we're going to grab that same jig. Yes. Alright. I'm actually going to turn this around because the heavy part, I want to keep that on the workbench. So this time we're going to be running the saw the opposite direction.